Defense Pete Hegseth is moving to purge transgender military people from U.S. military service.
Pete Hegseth is trying to fight the woke agenda, and so anybody who is transgender who's in the military, they're going to find you out and they're going to dismiss you from the Army.
It's not just a ban, right, which would have been stopping people from going in. It's a purge, meaning removing people who are forward deployed.
I'm so pissed about that. One, you have these armchair fucking cowboys who never served, believing that they have a right to tell anybody how to serve. People who are transgender and entered the military knowing that like a good portion of the country hates them, but they still want to serve their country. Those are the real heroes, because they're fighting for a country that a good portion of it hates them for who they are, but they're still doing it anyway. One of the reasons they feel like they're able to dismiss them is because transgender people have gender dysphoria. Is there any validity to that?
Gender dysphoria in the DSM-5 is your distress based on the mismatch between your internally held gender and your body. Not everybody who's a true transgender has gender dysphoria. Even if they did, you can have mental health conditions and be in the military. There are lots of folks with diagnosable anxiety disorders, major depressive disorder, PTSD.
Right. So what stuff did you see as a doctor in the military that is, akin to gender dysphoria? You were a psychiatrist in the military. Talk about that.
When I said that I would lay down my life to defend your right to say that with which I disagree,
right,
you said that's not what our nation is becoming. And I want to argue with you about that. What I think you mean, that's not what our government is becoming. And that is different than our nation. I truly and firmly believe that our American nation still holds those principles very, very dearly. Remember, this government was voted in with less than 50% of those who voted, and only 65% of eligible voters voted.
You and I absolutely disagree on this. The slow erosion of who we are as a nation, I think, has been happening for 20 years. And if you're watching the slow erosion and you don't agree with it, but you don't show up to vote, then that is who we are. So we're either this version of America that I can't stand, or we're too lazy to do something about it. But either way, it's not good.
General Stanley McChrystal has a new book out. I encourage people to listen to his interview with Jon Stewart on The Daily Show, where he talks about national character, not alienating either side, but saying we have to have character, we have to have conviction, and we have to have the actions behind that.
An individual's character is their fate.
I agree with you, Jeff, that there is a battle for America's character going on, but I think that there's always been a battle for America's character. I think right now it's magnified and highlighted by some actions in a government that have never been taken before, at least in our lifetime, and by social media. I think holding on to our principles, what you truly believe in about America, that America has the potential to be the greatest nation of all time. We have the potential because of our Constitution, which is malleable in some ways, and that we're always striving to do better. That's what America really is about to me.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.